What are we looking at here?
In the studio, we're looking at some work in progress, which is a load of stencils for this big painting over here. And yeah, my working technique, I make a big drawing, cut it up into many different pieces, and then layer it, and then cut up lots more and spray through the stencil, and end up with a painting, and then get the brushes out and start touching it and playing with it. So that's how it works. But it's quite time consuming and labour intensive, but it gives a sort of flat surface with very, very sort of over sharp edges that kind of hit you. And then I could soften them, but I tend not to. I tend to like keep it slightly hypered.
Are you enhancing vision?
I'm sharpening it in ways that are slightly awkward in a way. I'm kind of playing the other side of a painterly painter to some degree. There's painterliness in it on a very small level, but I'm not slipping things into the distance, and I'm trying to make it something that hits you a little bit harder than that.
Tell us about these enamel paints.
These are, here they are. They're kind of hobbyist paints. So as a boy, I would have kind of done them to do airfix kits of railway stations or things like that. They're quite difficult to use. There are lots of things they don't do, but there are some things that they do very nicely.
This is predominantly airbrush then?
A lot of it is, yeah. It's sort of towards the end the brushes come in. So yeah, the early laying it down. If I put it with a brush, it wouldn't have that kind of cleanly sharpness. It could never do that. So that's how it sets it up.
To pick up on something that you said that is a little bit unusual, but you said you're not interested in originality, and the idea of working from newspaper obituaries appealed to you because it was journalistic, it was rather dry, and it gave you subject matter. You didn't have to make a lot of those artistic decisions. Yet you're talking about the big things: life, death, the hopes, dreams, ambitions, things like that. So how do you knit all those, that sort of paradoxical situation where you say you're against originality, yet you are talking about, I would say a new way of looking at a lifespan or somebody's accomplishments?
Having an idea doesn't come out of nowhere. I guess that's the obvious thing to say that we all know. And I was looking probably with a very 90s post-conceptual minimal kind of eye on a way to make something that I could repeat, that would continue on from itself. And I did that for a while, and then I decided I didn't want to do that so long. I couldn't quite sustain that. I guess I was thinking of someone like Onkwara, his amazing body of work. And in the end, that didn't satisfy in me the things that I wanted to do. But I thought at the time that was the setup. And there's a part of that that's still in this. But it's not all of it. At the beginning, I wanted to do, not one a day, but one a week. And there'd be like a kind of, almost like making your own newspaper. There'd be a process to that. But I couldn't really sustain it.
You've also spoken about a kind of myopia where the surface details and the technique and magic that occur in laying down paint is as interesting to you as the overall subject matter. Is that correct?
I think it is to a lot of artists, and a lot of painters. Having something in front of you that matters, that it's like that you've made it like that, and it's certain, and someone looking at it knows that it was meant to be like that, and there's something at stake in its making, and I love that. That's why I come to the studio. Those are the magic moments, and hopefully some of that comes across. But it's something that I'm fascinated with.